Hi, Vibers. It's me, Mindy. um, I had a really, I had a day in creation today. I had a day in creation. Um, Someone who I valued on Facebook, who I met briefly locally and always hoped that the friendship could be cultivated further, decided to not be friends with me because I spoke my truth. And I spoke my truth about the issue of racism in the United States of America. And she was more understanding and willing to hear me out than anyone else in the thread. But, yeah. But that's like where I put my energy today. In trying to help someone by sharing my perspective with them. And, so then going about my day, I get this thing on YouTube. It's like, watch this earthing video about grounding yourself, and I'm 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 blown away by how much sense it makes, and it brings to the front of my mind when someone who was being driven by a narcotic energy did something they felt compelled to do and immediately regretted once they had executed the action. They threw my Chuck Taylor Converse shoes away. And of all the shoes of mine that you could throw away, why those, right? Well, I remembered something that came up early in my relationship with my boyfriend of 8 years, who I thought I would spend the rest of my life with and loved dearly. He didn't like Chucks. He looked down on people who wore them, and he had judgments about them and about me for having them. And he said, it's like you're not even wearing a shoe. What a piece of junk. And I thought, that's the greatest part about it. It's like you're not even wearing a shoe. You're almost touching the ground. And that's amazing. Anyway, after that video ended and I made that connection to this point in my relationship with someone where I could have taken a hint that it wasn't going to work out, this video played that was just like speaking as if it knew exactly the conversation I'd had with Barry on Facebook today, and it was remarkable. It was amazing. It was like Zcon, but like with an X, like Xecon, and it was this former monk, Dandapani, I think his name was, speaking about consciousness, attention, and your energy flows where your attention goes. And this is something that I have been practicing for a long time. And this is something I was talking about very specifically with Barry on Facebook regarding their focus on all of the bad things happening to Black people. And so I was like, wow, that's amazing. And went about my life. The video also brought to my attention again, I mean, this, I keep like, one of these days it'll stick. I like remembered that I love The Matrix. I love the movie The Matrix, and I love the movie The Matrix when it came out because it directly reflected my beliefs to me, confirming that I am not crazy. And I got out of the mental hospital days before I was sitting in the theater viewing The Matrix. and I went to see it with my mom, of all people. She hates sci-fi and um and I thought that was so cool. But as time has gone on, the fictionalization of my own beliefs reflected in that way has caused me to become desensitized to foundational beliefs I have held since age 6. That is powerful. That is a powerful thing that entertainment media is doing. If it can do it to me, that's a mighty powerful thing. Because I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that I am God, creating my experience, cherry-picking everything for reasons that I cannot understand what I'm experiencing them, that I must figure out when they are behind me, and that I must show appreciation for, because I decided to do this. I am deciding my life. And that's why my videos start with, I am Mindy. I am living intentionally. I am living intentionally. Everything I do, I'm riddled with intention. And so, me thinking about The Matrix and that, like, that whole thing, I remembered that I have Christmas presents to do with my mom. And I knew exactly where they were. And so I had to move a bunch of stuff out of the way to access them. And here's why I remembered, because this was the thing that was front and center right there. This is, what is that? That is the complete deluxest edition of the Matrix box set with the Animatrix and all of the commentary. And what is that in there with it? Oh, why, that is none other than the very first, not attempt, but in figuring out how to construct the most epic completer swap on the My Little Pony Arena extant that I sent to someone. And because that's precious to me, I put it somewhere where it can't be hurt. And then it's here in this very unusual thing to have in your home. It is an incredibly heavy Xbox demo unit, because I don't know if you know this, but I used to work at GameStop, and they just throw these things away. They just waste and waste and waste. So anything that I valued, I took home. And the condition with that was that you are not allowed to sell the things that you remove from the store, but I never have. And I have gifted them to people and brought joy into their lives, but I have not sold anything. Anyway, it's got this locked compartment, and so I just was like, what's in here? I just did this. I'm setting up this Capsule Chicks console thing, marrying my old life to my new life, and I want to play video games again. I think it's important that I do, because I think that video games served in my creation as an awesome person. My life is like a video game, and I maintain when I'm centered in the flow of creation, and I fall to pieces when I lose that position. And I say centered in the flow of creation, but you know it as the zone where athletes go, right? Where rappers go, right? and you know the lyric. Maybe you know the lyric, and Yeah.
My life is like a video game. I maintain when I'm in the zone. One player, one life. I'm in the mic. I'm in the dark. Go ninja. Go. No fucking around. I'm cutting down on my path. Trying to fuck up my flows with razor sharp. You can throw stars here in my flows. Sharp pulse. Growl. Wild. Out of control. Ninjas go buff up the rough. Tile. Rough rhymes. Tough times. Metaphorical coast. Scrowl. Till I hit 777 at 8 a.m. Straight feminine feast. When you're living on the raised edge. Stay sharp, sharp. Rolling with the SOS. High energy. Never seen death so fresh. Oh. Yeah. You know it.
And so the last thing I took out of here I was like, oh cool, this is, my capsule chicks are gonna have an arcade on my consoles, and this, my original television remote, when my parents finally, my mother, they acquiesced and allowed me to have a television in my room so that I could achieve sleep. And it was life-changing. And what just fell was, oh, here, it didn't fall far, thank goodness, is my ticket. And these are precious things. And under all of these things, I found this. And as I find this, YouTube has gone on, it's on a video, and a guy is telling a story of a teacher who didn't know how to teach until she realized that she had a bright student who appeared to be a degenerate because his mother had just died, and she didn't know that. And so as I'm crying at the responsibility we have as the role of teachers, and the responsibility I have in my role as teacher, as I'm crying with the weight of that, with the beauty of his olfactory gift, that he would give his teacher perfume and she would smell like his mother. Like, oh my God. I'm so olfactory. I pull this out, and there's already tears on my face. But now they're charged with my personal pain. Because this is something that Keegan helped me make. And you see, it's dots made with a wood burner along the design of an open eye. And it hurts so fucking much. He's not here. I failed him. I called for him. He was an angel. I called to me. He was such an angel. And I called him to me, and I failed him. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Knowing that you are connected to your source, knowing that you are a divine creation, and that there are no. But he taught me so much in his passing. Keegan was my local friend, and when he got disability, he and I were gonna get a place together, ideally a house together, and we were gonna do everything that we wanted to do. He wanted to make videos about spirituality. He wanted to play dress up. He wanted to take pictures of me. He wanted to do my hair. He had a recording studio. I stood in his recording studio laying down bars. And we were gonna fucking do it. And then the darkness came. And I was dark. And I wanted to call him and be like, hey, come out. Let's just fucking go. I might even walk, yo. Let's just stomp through fucking Home Goods, man. But I'd asked him out a lot of times before, and he hadn't come. And so I didn't ask him out that time. I didn't know if I would reach him immediately, and I didn't want to wait. Because I wasn't, like, going out for, like, a fun. I was suicidal if I didn't get out of the house, if the world did not prove to me that I belonged in it in some fucking way, then I was stepping out of it. And, and I didn't step out of it. I stepped out my door, and he stepped out of the whole fucking world, man. Why didn't I call him? I thought about it, and I was like, it's, you know, I just have to be patient. It's not time for him. Like, it will be time for him, and oh my God, it's gonna be so beautiful, but I don't want him to be put off by me until he's like, until he gets to know me as more than just the asshole. I mean, because I was going to be real harsh on him. Like, I have to be. Like, that's, you know, like, not I'm being harsh, but reality and the truth of the situation and the weight of the situation is harsh. And whatever burden that would put upon his shoulders, it would give him such an ultimate freedom as well, and I wanted him to understand that I could help him center in the flow of creation and live that freedom, live that dream, stand on that stage with me. But it just wasn't time for that. Right then, right now, he didn't have disability. We couldn't get a place together. He and I are both so disabled even though we live across the street from one another. There's a mall between us. That's not much. We barely ever saw one another. He didn't spend much time online. Which is good. People with schizophrenic symptoms should not spend a lot of time online until and unless they understand that energy goes where attention goes. And so I realized that I've put this precious thing in, like, the safest, most fireproof, waterproof fucking box, Xbox, that I possibly could have. Because I wanted to protect him. And I feel like I failed him, and I failed to teach him. But you know what? He was my teacher, and he taught me so much by killing himself. Because not having any stability to look forward to, as far as having a roof over my head, not having my dream to look forward to, as far as making music, making videos, making the world a better place, having the time of my life, living with a best friend, a best guy friend, who is so gay as the day is long, he's not ever going to threaten me, unlike every other guy I've had in my life. This was my first gay best friend, you guys. So the YouTube got louder and I got distracted, but I was talking about the Xbox and this precious thing, and he taught me. So I wanted to kill myself. I failed him. I fucked up. I ruined it. I ruined it. There was only my doom here, right? Well, that's true unless I move forward consciously, intentionally, continually, making choices differently than the choices I made that led me to fail someone I loved like that. And so my life has gotten amazing thanks to Keegan. Thanks to Keegan killing himself, my life has gotten amazing. And I've gotten better at being spiritual again, at not shying away from my sixth sense ability. But most of all, I tell anybody and everybody, I have schizophrenic symptoms. I'm going to be real weird and I'm going to speak my truth. And if I'm not for you, that's okay. But I'm not keeping a wrap. Not keeping it under wraps on it anymore. I'm not. I cannot. That is the change that I make. When I meet someone, I tell them I have schizophrenic symptoms and I am not a crazy person. I am wise. I am a shaman. And if you're not ready to be woke up, it's going to be unpleasant for you to be around me. So get to step in or sit down and listen. Let's have fun together, because I'm a lot of fun. Like, aside from, like, all of the, like, you know, lesson stuff, I'm a lot of fun if you're just, like, here living life with me. And that's made a world of difference. I met somebody that I want to be friends with at GameStop so bad. Oh my God, I really thought I was going to be able to hang out with him more just while he was working at GameStop, but he got transferred to a different GameStop. Surprise! The universe tried to screw me over. Oh, that's not a surprise at all. That's par for the course, yo. And I also have this dream job opportunity sitting at my feet. And I'm happier and more stable in my relationship with my current roommate, who is the boy that I chose to spend the rest of my life with, who I was with happily for 8 years, and who continues to challenge me to better myself and improve my patience. So thank you, Keegan. Thank you, Keegan. Thank you so much. I love you. I'll see you again someday. If you dig my vibe, subscribe. Love and light, y'all.